Good evening, my friend, and welcome back. My name is Marcus. Every night, I take a walk through a different city in a different time. And tonight, you're coming with me. So settle in, make yourself comfortable, and let the day slip away. Tonight, we find ourselves in ancient Rome, where a soft rain has just begun to fall. There's nothing to do now, and nowhere to be. Just walk with me. You are standing in a narrow residential street deep in the sleeping heart of Rome. The hour is long past midnight. The city has settled into its quieter self. The rain falls lightly at first, then steadily, soft as a hand laid across the rooftops. The street is paved with dark stones, worn smooth by countless sandals, wheels, and bare feet. Now the stones shine beneath the rain. Little streams slip between them and gather along the edges of the road. They carry dust, fallen leaves, and the faint scent of wet earth down toward the lower streets. Above you rise the tall fronts of insulae, the apartment houses where so many Romans sleep. Their upper stories lean slightly inward, shadowed beneath damp wooden beams and plastered walls. Some shutters are closed tight. Some are only half drawn, with darkness resting behind them. Here and there, a small oil lamp still burns in a high window, its flame golden and patient. You walk slowly. There is no hurry. Your sandals touch the stones with a soft, wet sound. Rain beads on your cloak. It cools your hair and gathers at the folds of the wool. It is not a cold rain. It is the kind of rain that softens the edges of the world, making every surface gleam, every sound gentle. The street is very still. A sleeping household lies behind each doorway. Within those rooms, families rest on simple beds and mats. Clay jars stand against walls. Wooden stools wait beside low tables. Tunics hang from pegs. The small things of ordinary life are gathered close, safe from the rain. You pass a doorway painted a deep red, now darkened by water. Beside it, a little niche holds the household gods, quiet beneath a shallow overhang. A few dried garlands hang there, softened by the damp air. No flame burns before them now. Even devotion sleeps for a while. The rain taps softly on roof tiles above. It slips from eaves in narrow threads. It falls into gutters and runs down the street, whispering to itself. The city is not silent, not quite. Rome never becomes truly silent. But tonight, its sounds are muffled, wrapped in rain and stone. You can hear the steady drip from balconies. You can hear the faint creak of a sign above a shuttered shop. Somewhere far away, a cart rests under shelter, its wooden wheels still wet from evening work. No one calls out. No one passes close. The city is asleep, and you are only walking through its dream. Ahead, the street widens a little. The walls draw back just enough for a small shopfront closed for the night. Its wooden shutters are pulled across the opening and fastened with iron. This is a tabernae, a little place of trade, where during the day someone may sell oil or wine or cups or dyed cloth or warm food served from deep jars set into a counter. Now the counter is hidden. The shutters gleam with rain. A faded sign above the lintel shows the shape of a pitcher. The painted lines have softened with age, but they are still clear enough. A place where people gather by day. A place of small coins, greetings, meals taken standing, quick errands, and the warm clatter of ordinary hours. You pass it slowly, and the smell of yesterday's wine still lingers in the wood. It mingles with rain, whetstone, old smoke, and the faint sweetness of crushed herbs. Rome holds many scents, even at night. It is a city of kitchens and stables, gardens and drains, incense and bread, oil and damp wool. In rain, all of it rises quietly, without force, like memory. Another tabernae stands beside the first. Its awning has been rolled and tied. A row of clay lamps rests on a shelf just inside, not lit, their little spouts dark and dry. In the daytime, those lamps would be sold and carried home. A few drops of oil, a twisted wick, and a room becomes warm with gold. Even the simplest house can have a small night sun. You continue, step by step, along the empty lane. The rain is steadier now, but still kind. It does not lash or drum, it simply falls. It writes itself across the stones. It gathers on the shoulders of statues set into walls. It shines on door bolts and roof tiles. It makes the whole city look newly made, though every stone beneath your feet is old with use. A narrow stair climbs between buildings, disappearing into darkness. At its base sits a basket turned upside down to keep it dry. Nearby, a broom leans beneath an arch. These small things feel peaceful in the rain. They remind you that the city will wake again. Someone will open a door. Someone will sweep the threshold. Someone will lift the basket and set out for market. But not yet. For now, there is only the walk. You turn gently with the street as it bends downhill. The lane is uneven, built around older walls and older habits. Rome grows by addition, by patience, by human need. One house presses close to another. A courtyard hides behind a gate. A little shrine is set where two roads meet. A shop opens beneath a family room. Everything belongs to everything else. Ahead, you hear water. Not only rainwater, but a clearer, brighter sound. A fountain. The lane opens into a small square. It is hardly a square at all, only a meeting of streets, but the space feels wide after the narrow road. In the center stands a stone fountain, fed by water brought from far beyond the city through the long, careful work of aqueducts. Water runs from a carved mouth into a basin, then spills over in silver threads. You pause beside it. The fountain has been working all night as it works through the day. It does not sleep. The aqueduct water arrives cool and clean, drawn from hills and carried across arches, channels, and covered ways. It comes here to this quiet corner where neighbors fill jars, rinse hands, water animals, and exchange the small news of life. Tonight, the basin is dark and full. Raindrops dimple its surface. The falling water makes a soft, rounded sound, steady and calm. You can see the lamplight from a nearby doorway trembling in it. Gold breaks into little pieces, then becomes whole again. You touch the stone edge of the fountain. It is wet and smooth. Many hands have rested here before yours. Hands of children sent for water. Hands of servants balancing jars. Hands of shopkeepers rinsing cups before the morning trade. Hands of old people pausing in the shade. The stone has listened to all of them. There is something soothing in this constant flow. Rain from the sky. Water from the hills, water in the basin, water slipping away beneath the street. Rome is built of stone, but it is also built of water. It moves through the city quietly, beneath arches and along channels, into baths, fountains, homes, and gardens. Even at this late hour, it keeps going. You breathe in. The air smells fresh near the fountain. Wet stone, clear water, damp moss in the cracks, and a faint trace of olive oil from a lamp protected beneath a small awning. The flame bends gently inside its clay cup. It burns low. It has almost finished its night. You remain there for a little while. The rain taps your hood. The fountain answers. A sleeping cat is curled beneath a ledge, dry and still. You do not disturb it. You only listen. Then you begin again, leaving the fountain behind. Its sound follows you for several steps, then folds into the rain. The road begins to broaden as you move toward the heart of the city. The houses are still close, but the buildings grow more varied. You pass a bakery, its shutters not fully closed. Inside, in the warm dark, the night's work has already begun. Bakers rise before dawn, while others sleep, because bread must be ready for the morning. You do not hear voices. You only sense the work by its gentle signs. A low red glow from an oven. The sweet, deep smell of dough and flour. A breath of warmth that slips out through a crack in the wooden door and touches the rain-cooled air. It smells of grain, yeast, ash, and comfort. In Rome, bread is never far from daily life. It is carried home in baskets. It is dipped in oil. It is broken beside olives, cheese, figs, and beans. It is shared at counters and family tables. It is simple, necessary, and familiar. Tonight, long before sunrise, the bakers are tending their ovens so the city may wake to food. You slow your step as you pass. The smell of baking bread lingers around you, soft and warm. It follows you down the street like a quiet blessing. The road continues onward. Here and there, stepping stones rise above the street, set so people may cross when rainwater and runoff gather along the way. You pass between them carefully. Water moves around their bases, whispering. During the day, these streets will fill with motion. Carts, sandals, animals, vendors, children, officials, travelers, and neighbors. Now the same stones belong to the rain. The facades around you become larger. A covered walkway appears along one side. Pillars stand in a line, their bases dark with water. Behind them, more shops are shuttered. A fuller has closed for the night, where cloth is cleaned and worked by hand. A small eatery rests silent, its jars covered. A seller of garlands has tied up bundles of greenery beneath the roof, keeping them from the rain until morning. Everything is waiting. Nothing is lost by waiting. The city breathes more slowly now. You walk beneath the covered way for a time. The change in sound is soft but clear. Out in the open, the rain falls around you. Under the shelter, it becomes a curtain beyond the columns. Drips fall from the roof edge in a long, uneven line. The stones beneath your feet are damp but not shining. Your cloak feels heavier now, yet the air under the roof is still. You pass a wall covered with old notices, painted messages, names, and advertisements from the living day. Rain has blurred some of them. Others remain sharp. Rome speaks on walls with paint and scratched lines, with announcements and boasts, with memories of games, sales, and entertainments. Tonight the words sleep too. They are only pale marks beneath lamplight. A little farther on, the covered way ends. You step back into the rain, it settles at once around you, gentle as before. The night opens ahead, and the slope of the road leads you toward the Forum. You can feel the space before you, even before you see it. The buildings draw apart. The sky seems larger, though clouded. The air moves more freely. The road beneath your feet becomes broader and more carefully laid. The rain gathers in shallow hollows and reflects the darkness above. Then you arrive at the edge of the Forum. By day, this place is the heart of public life. People come here for business, ceremony, errands, and talk. They cross paths between basilicas, temples, arches, and open paving. They linger beneath porticos. They climb steps. They read notices. They watch, wait, bargain, and remember. But now it is long past midnight, and the Forum is almost a dream of stone. Columns rise into the rainy darkness. Their pale shafts are wet and faintly luminous. Steps shine. Marble edges catch the low light from guarded lamps under distant roofs. The open ground holds long, dark reflections. The rain falls evenly across it all, making the Forum seem softer, less certain, more like a place remembered than a place built. You walk slowly along the edge. Your footsteps are small in such a wide space. They do not echo much because the rain gathers every sound and gentles it. The great buildings stand around you, calm and patient. They have watched generations pass through this open place. Tonight, they watch the rain. You are not alone in the sense that the city surrounds you, but no one approaches. No one speaks. Everything is still. The sleeping city gives you room. Near a line of columns, an oil lamp burns beneath shelter. Its flame is low, fed by olive oil. The light is soft and amber, trembling in the wet air. It does not try to push back the whole darkness. It only keeps a small circle warm. That is enough. You pass within its glow for a moment. Your wet cloak takes on gold at the edges. The paving stones gleam beneath you. Then the light slips behind, and you move again into the blue-black rain. At one side of the Forum stands a portico, long and quiet, with columns supporting a roof that catches the rain. You make your way toward it. There is no need to hurry, yet shelter waits with a calm invitation. You climb a few shallow steps. The stone is cool and slick, but your pace is careful, easy, restful. Under the portico, the sound of rain changes again. It is overhead now, tapping the roof, dripping from carved edges, falling beyond the columns in soft silver lines. You stand beneath the shelter and let the night widen around you. From here, you can look back across the Forum. Rain drifts through the open space. Lamps glimmer here and there, small and patient. The outlines of temples and basilicas fade into shadow. A statue stands still in the rain, its face turned toward nothing, its shoulders shining. The city feels very old and very tender. You draw your cloak closer, not against fear, only against damp. The wool holds the night's coolness. Beneath the portico, the air is slightly warmer, protected from the open sky. You can smell wet stone, old dust, lamp oil, and a trace of incense from some earlier offering. There is also the far, faint warmth of bread again, carried by the rain from streets behind you. You sit for a while on a low stone bench along the wall. The stone is cool but not uncomfortable. Your body settles, your breathing slows. There is nothing to decide. Nothing waits for you except the next slow moment. The rain keeps falling. Each drop on the roof is small. Together, they make a soft, endless murmur. It fills the spaces between thoughts. It smooths them. It asks nothing from you. Across the Forum, water runs down steps in thin lines. It traces the edges of carved stone. It gathers at the bases of columns, then slips away. The city is washed, gently and without haste. Dust leaves the paving. Heat leaves the walls. The long, busy day is rinsed from the streets. You rest under the portico and imagine Rome in daylight, not in detail, not sharply, only as a soft impression. White togas moving through sun, vendors beneath awnings, children crossing the square with baskets, clerks bending over tablets, sandals on stone, smoke rising from cooking fires, water drawn from fountains, bread carried home wrapped in cloth. All of that will return. But it is not here now. Now the Forum is empty of purpose. It is only stone, rain, shadow, and time. You listen. Rain on the roof. Drips along the columns. Water in the street. A distant oven. A lamp breathing in the dark. Your own breath, slow and even. You remain there, and the night grows deeper, not darker, just quieter. The longer you sit, the less separate the sounds seem. Rain and fountain and far water become one low sound. The whole city seems to be breathing through it. After a while, you stand again, slowly, carefully. The portico has sheltered you well, but the walk is not finished yet. There is a warm room waiting, not far from here, tucked along a side street where travelers sometimes sleep and workers sometimes eat before dawn. You step down from the portico. The rain touches you again. It feels familiar now. It is part of the walk, part of the night, part of the city. You cross the edge of the forum with slow steps, letting the great open space remain behind you. The road you choose is quieter still. It leads away from the grand buildings and back toward smaller streets. Here the stones are narrow again. The walls stand close. The rain slips from roof to roof and falls in soft streams. A low doorway holds a small lamp. Its light has been shielded from the rain by a tile set above it. You pass another fountain, smaller than the first. Water runs from a plain spout into a worn basin. The sound is gentle, almost sleepy. You do not stop this time. You only let the sound move beside you for a few steps, then behind you. The smell of bread grows stronger again. The bakers are working somewhere nearby, unseen. Flour dust may be settling on their arms. Dough may be resting beneath cloth. Long-handled tools may be moving loaves toward heat. The ovens glow in the dark like banked sunsets. The city will not know the care that keeps it fed, but the care is there. You walk past the closed fronts of more tabernae. Each one has its own small history. A place for olive oil, a place for rope, a place for cups and bowls. A place where a traveler might buy a simple meal of lentils, bread, and warm wine in the busy hours of day. Tonight they are sealed and quiet. Their thresholds are washed clean by rain. A wooden sign hangs above one doorway, painted with a loaf. Water drops from its lower edge. It moves only slightly in the air. Beneath it, the entrance is dark, but warmth breathes from within. This is the inn. You step under the shallow overhang. The rain falls just beyond it, close enough to touch. The doorway is open a little, because the house is already stirring for the earliest travelers and workers. No one greets you. No one needs to. The building simply offers warmth. Inside, the floor is swept stone. It holds the days-old heat better than the street. A lamp burns in a niche, low and steady. The flame makes the plaster walls golden. Wooden tables rest in the main room, their surfaces clean, their benches tucked close. A counter stands near the wall with covered jars and stacked cups. Everything is still. You pause, just inside, letting the rain fall from your cloak in quiet drops. The room smells of lamp oil, warm bread, damp wool, ash, and old wood. It is a human smell, gentle and safe. The kind of smell that tells the body it may rest. The inn is simple, a place for sleep, food, shelter, and the long middle hours of travel. People come and go through such rooms every day. Merchants, carriers, craftsmen, visitors, families, messengers, and those who simply need a roof. Tonight, the benches are empty. The lamps are low. The rain speaks for everyone. You move across the room slowly. Your footsteps are softer here. The stone is dry. A stair rises to the sleeping rooms above, narrow and worn in the middle by many feet. You place a hand on the wall as you climb. The plaster is warm in places, cool in others. The building seems to hold many nights within it. At the top, A short passage waits in amber light. The lamp flame bends and straightens. A woven mat lies outside a door. The rain can still be heard through the roof and shutters, but it is gentler now, farther away, as if the whole city has been covered with a blanket. You enter the room. It is small and warm and quiet. A low bed waits against the wall with a simple mattress and folded wool cover. A wooden chest stands at its foot. A clay lamp burns on a shelf, its flame no larger than a fingertip. The shutters are closed, but not tightly. Through their narrow gaps, you can see the rain silvering the night. You set your wet cloak aside. It hangs from a peg near the door, dark and heavy, dripping into a little basin below. Your shoulders feel lighter. The warmth of the room reaches you slowly. It comes from the lamp, from the walls, from the banked heat of the building, from the thought of bread baking somewhere below. You sit on the edge of the bed. The mattress gives a little beneath you. The wool cover is rough, clean, and warm. You rest your hands in your lap. You listen. The rain outside continues. It falls on roof tiles. It slides along the eaves. It gathers in the street. It meets the fountain water. It moves toward the drains. It keeps going, softly, steadily. The city is still there. The forum is still there, wide and dark beneath the rain. The portico stands empty. The columns shine. The shuttered shops wait for morning. The fountains keep running with aqueduct water from the hills. The bakers keep their ovens warm. All of it continues without asking anything of you. You are in the room now. You are warm. You are dry. You have walked enough for tonight. The lamp beside you gives a slow, golden light. It does not fill the corners completely. It leaves them soft. The walls are plain, brushed by shadow. The wooden chest is quiet. The door is closed. The bed waits. You lie down. The wool cover comes over you. It is heavier than it looks, and its weight is kind. It settles across your legs, your waist, your shoulders. The room holds you gently. Outside, the rain falls and falls. You breathe in. Warm oil. Damp wool. Baking bread. Rain on stone. You breathe out. The walk is behind you now. The narrow street, the sleeping insulae, the shuttered tabernae, the fountain in the little square, the open forum washed with rain, the portico where you rested, the quiet road to the inn. All of it softens. All of it drifts farther away. The rain keeps the rhythm. Soft rain on roof tiles. Soft rain in the street. Soft rain on the stones of Rome. The lamp flame moves once, then steadies. It makes a small pool of light on the shelf. Beyond the shutters, the night is deep and wet and peaceful. The city sleeps. The city dreams. The city waits for morning, but morning is still far away. There is nothing to do now. Nothing to hold. Nothing to remember unless it comforts you. You can let the day leave you completely. You can let every thought pass like rainwater along the stones. A thought arrives and goes. A sound rises and fades. A breath comes in and leaves again. You are safe in the warm room. You are quiet in the old city. You are resting while Rome sleeps around you. The fountain keeps flowing somewhere below. The bread keeps warming in the hidden oven. The lamp keeps burning its small, patient flame. And the rain keeps falling, 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 falling. Each sound is softer than the last. Each breath is slower than the last. The room grows dimmer, not because the light is gone, but because your eyes are resting. The shadows lengthen gently. The ceiling above you becomes vague. The edges of the walls become soft. The rain becomes one long whisper. You feel the bed beneath you. You feel the cover over you. You feel the quiet around you. Rome is only a murmur now, stone and water, lamps and bread, roofs and rain. The narrow street is far away. The fountain is far away. The forum is far away. Only the rain remains close. Only the warmth remains close. Only this slow breath remains close. In and out. In and out. The rain falls with you. The city sleeps with you. The night walks no farther. Sleep well, my friend. I'll see you on our next walk.